It's where Julius Aspat injured his hand when he punched the wall, where Mark King walked the gallery railing like a tightrope, and where Marcel Cardona donned a hard hat after being stoned with a wallet at a previous meeting. The National Assembly, standing tall for over 5 decades, has seen better days, and that's why in September 2024, it was closed for repairs. Over a year and $5.8 million later, it finally reopened its doors. Initially, the Taiwanese government provided a grant for $1.5 million, but MIDH's chief engineer said that from the start, they knew that wouldn't be enough.
We must bear in mind that from the onset, we knew that the project would not have cost 1.5 million. That was a grant from Taiwan. That was just an initial grant that was presented to the government of Belize from Taiwan. The original estimates was already higher than that. Um, and so based on the works that we were able to undertake, at the end, that figure came up to 5.8 million. Basically, we had to gut it out the entire building of the National Assembly and basically reconstruct the entire interior and exterior of the building. So the price that we have at $5.8 million is more than likely adequate in terms of the square footage of the building and also the scope of works that has been undertaken within the structure itself.
So while the structure and the foundation remains the same, the interior has a fresh, more modern look while still preserving the historic features of the building. And Moody explained all the work that went into ensuring the National Assembly's functionality and efficiency.
That included the installation of new plumbing structure for the entire building, the installation of new electrical features, the installation of an elevator now so that we could meet the Disability Act requirements and also the new building code that will become effective very soon. We had to ensure that the roof structure itself was rehabilitated because we had issues with the roof itself. In terms of the interior of the building, we did not have sufficient space based on how it was originally formulated. And so we had to go back to the drawing board on many occasions to ensure that everything that is required by the Senate and also by the House is inclusive within the structure. We were able to reconstruct the entire chamber of the National Assembly. We had a number of member rooms and also committee rooms that were installed as well. The facility basically provides access to the public in terms of the galleries that were reconstructed. And we have also provided safe space and also bathrooms and other facilities for the public itself.
Modi explained that the exterior also needed a lot of work to preserve the blocks, patch up the cracks, and repair sections of the roof. But while it was a Herculean effort to restore the home of the Parliament, the Speaker of the House and the President of the Senate said it was long overdue.
We're in 2026, and what we were working with, I believe Madam President can concur for the same with her experience in her chamber, was a lot of archaic equipment. Workflow was not optimal, space was not optimal. I use the restroom facilities as an example, not because I'm a woman, but as a human being. They simply were not optimal. I think you as the media would be reminded that for you to access any restroom facility when you are on the third floor, you have to go on the ground floor.
Everything starts with the legislature because that is where we make laws. The executive execute and the judiciary interpret. And we have seen significant investment in the executive branch of government in terms of infrastructure and so on. We have seen significant investment in the judiciary over the years, but we have not seen that in the legislature. So I think it's very important for us to appreciate that this really is a new era in terms of investing in an institution that really is the heart of our democracy.
And another feature that was long overdue was easier access for disabled persons.
There also the issue of accessibility. The ramps, yes, is one. The restrooms, every floor has a unisex restroom that is handicapped able now. In addition to that, you also needed to recognize that, well, you may have visitors who may need to be in wheelchairs. So some conversations were had with MIDH to ensure that on each gallery side, we allowed for 2 spaces in the first row that won't have chairs for any regular sitting, and that they are set aside and reserved for those who have those mobility issues. Yesterday, we tested the sign interpretation as another means of inclusivity, and so the TV screens that you see suspended is for the purpose, yes, of the gallery, for those who are in second, third, fourth row, but also for those who are live streaming and those in the gallery who may have hearing impairment, that they can follow along.
For the media gallery in particular, gone are the days of sitting on concrete floors and lugging around extension cords. The area has been upgraded to include desks, chairs, and multiple outlets. And of course, that means new chairs and equipment for the members of the parliament themselves. And while yesterday saw a special joint sitting, the first official House meeting will be held on Friday, where all of the new features will be fully tested. Courtney Menzies, 7 News.